10 documents, ciphers, and inscriptions that still resist a complete reading. This countdown moves from number 10 to number 1, with each archive leading into the next. We begin with Voynich manuscript, the message history still cannot fully read. The Voynich manuscript, Voynich, is an illustrated codex, handwritten in an undeciphered script referred to as a Voynichese. The vellum on which it is written has been carbon dated to the early 15th century, 1404 to 1438. Stylistic analysis has indicated the manuscript may have been composed in Italy during the Italian Renaissance. The origins, authorship, and purpose of the manuscript are still debated, but currently scholars lack the translations and context needed to either properly entertain or eliminate any of the possibilities. Hypotheses range from a script for a natural language or constructed language, an unreadable code, cipher, or other form of cryptography, or perhaps a hoax, reference work, i.e. folkloric index or compendium, glossolalia, or work of fiction, e.g. science fantasy or mythopoeia, metafiction, and speculative fiction. The unresolved clues surrounding Voynich manuscript lead to Rohonk Codex, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 9, Rohonk Codex, the message history still cannot fully read. The Rohonk Codex, Hungarian pronunciation, Rohonc, is an illustrated manuscript book by an unknown author, with a text in an unknown language and writing system, that surfaced in Hungary in the early 19th century. The book's origin and the meaning of its text and illustrations have been investigated by many scholars and amateurs, with no definitive conclusion, although many Hungarian scholars believe that it is an 18th century hoax. The name of the codex is often spelled Rohonci, according to the Old Hungarian orthography that was reformed in the first half of the 19th century. This spelling has become widespread, likely due to a book published on the codex by V. The unresolved clues surrounding Rohonk Codex lead to cryptos, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 8, Cryptos, the message history still cannot fully read. Cryptos is a sculpture by the American artist Jim Sanborn located on the grounds of the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, headquarters, the George Bush Center for Intelligence in Langley, Virginia. Since its dedication on November 3, 1990, there has been much speculation about the meaning of the 4 encrypted messages, most using a Vigini cipher with keyword cryptos, it bears. Of these 4 messages, the first 3 have been solved, while the 4th message remains one of the most famous unsolved codes in the world. Artist Jim Sanborn has hinted that a 5th coded message will reveal itself after the first 4 are solved. The unresolved clues surrounding cryptos lead to Biell ciphers, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 7, Biell ciphers, the message history still cannot fully read. The Biell ciphers are a set of 3 ciphertexts, one of which allegedly states the location of a buried treasure of gold, silver, and jewels estimated to be worth over $60 million as of January 2025. Comprising 3 ciphertexts, the first, unsolved, text describes the location, the second, solved, ciphertext accounts the content of the treasure, and the third, unsolved, lists the names of the treasure's owners and their next of kin. The story of the 3 ciphertexts originates from an 1867 pamphlet called the Biell Papers, detailing treasure being buried by a man named Thomas J. Biell in a secret location in Bedford County, Virginia, in about 1820. The unresolved clues surrounding Biell ciphers lead to Dorabella cipher, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 6, Dorabella cipher, the message history still cannot fully read. The Dorabella cipher is an unciphered text written by composer Edward Elgar to Dora Penny, which accompanied a plaintext letter dated July 14, 1897. Penny never deciphered it and its meaning remains unknown. The cipher, consisting of 87 characters spread over 3 lines, appears to be made up from 24 symbols, each symbol consisting of 1, 2, or 3 approximate semicircles oriented in one of 8 directions. The orientation of several characters is ambiguous. A small dot appears after the 5th character on the 3rd line. The unresolved clues surrounding Dorabella cipher lead to Copiali cipher, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 5, Copiali cipher, the message history still cannot fully read. The Copiali cipher is an encrypted manuscript created in the 1700s and consisting of 75,000 handwritten characters filling 105 pages in a bound volume. Undeciphered for more than 260 years, the document was decrypted in 2011 with computer assistance. An international team consisting of Kevin Knight of the University of Southern California Information Sciences Institute and Viterbi School of Engineering, along with Peter Megiesi and Christian Schaefer of Uppsala University in Sweden, found the cipher to be an encrypted German text. The manuscript is a homophonic cipher that uses a complex substitution code, including symbols and letters, for its text and spaces. The unresolved clues surrounding Kopiali cipher lead to Book of Soiga, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 4, Book of Soiga, the message history still cannot fully read. The Book of Soiga, also titled Alderaya, is a 16th century Latin treatise on magic, one copy of which was owned by the Elizabethan scholar John Dee. After Dee's death, the book was thought lost until 1994, when 2 manuscripts were located in the British Library, Sloane MS-8, and the Bodleian Library, Bodley Ms 908, under the title Alderaya Civ Soiga Voceia. The Sloane MS-8 version is also described as Tractatus Astrologico-Magicus, though the 2 versions differ only slightly. The unresolved clues surrounding Book of Soiga lead to Shugbarov inscription, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 3, Shugbarov inscription, the message history still cannot fully read. The Shugbarov inscription is a sequence of letters OUOSVAVV, between the letters DM on a lower plane, carved on the 18th century Shepherd's Monument in the grounds of Shugbarov Hall in Staffordshire, England, below a mirror image of Nicholas Poussin's painting The Shepherds of Arcadia. It has never been satisfactorily explained, and has been called one of the world's top uncracked cipher texts. In 1982, the authors of the pseudo-historical The Holy Blood and the Holy Grail suggested that Poussin was a member of the Priory of Sion, and that his Shepherds of Arcadia contained hidden meanings of great esoteric significance. The book makes a passing reference to the Shepherd's Monument and the inscription, but offers no solution. The unresolved clues surrounding Shugbarov inscription lead to Chow cipher, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 2, Chow cipher, the message history still cannot fully read. The Chow cipher is a cipher method invented by John Francis Byrne in 1918 and described in his 1953 autobiographical Silent Years. He believed Chow cipher was simple, yet unbreakable. Byrne stated that the machine he used to encipher his messages could be fitted into a cigar box. He offered cash rewards for anyone who could solve it. Byrne tried unsuccessfully to interest the U.S. Signal Corps and Navy in his system. Although numerous students of classical cryptanalysis attempted to solve the challenge messages over the years, none succeeded. For 90 years, the Chow cipher algorithm was a closely guarded secret known only to a handful of persons. The unresolved clues surrounding Chow cipher lead to Byblos syllabary, where a different system hides meaning in plain sight. At number 1, Byblos syllabary, the message history still cannot fully read. The Byblos script, also known as the Byblos syllabary, pseudo-hieroglyphic script, protobiblion, protobiblic, or biblic, is an undeciphered writing system, known from 14 inscriptions found in Byblos, a coastal city in Lebanon. The inscriptions are engraved on bronze plates and spatulas, and carved in stone. They were excavated by Maurice Dunand, from 1928 to 1932, and published in 1945 in his monograph Biblia Grammata. The inscriptions are conventionally dated to the 2nd millennium BC, probably between the 18th and 15th centuries BC. Examples of the script have also been discovered in Egypt, Italy, and Megiddo, Garbini, Collis. That was Top 10 Codes History Still Cannot Fully Read. Every story in this countdown began as a shorter archive, but the connections only appear when the files are placed together. Subscribe for the next collection.